Hi, I just want to introduce myself. My name is Mark Johnson. I am living the paleo lifestyle now. I'm a retired fire chief, and this is what I'm starting to do now. And I'm going to be doing classes around the country and abroad. So if you're interested in this, please follow me. You can follow me on Twitter at Eat Local Paleo, or you can be on Instagram at Eat Local Paleo, or on YouTube for videos, Eat Local Paleo, or at my website where I have more content, and I also have cookbooks available to purchase, mugs, t-shirts, things of that nature at eatlocalpaleo.com. So tune in. We're going to have lots of fun on this journey, and we're going to see where it takes us, because I'm going to be going all over the place. When I go anywhere I go, I'm going to try to look for the local food that is going to be paleo. Also try to cook things for you as long as they're in season, if I can obtain them at that time. So with that in mind, let's have fun and see you soon. Hi everybody, I'm back again. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to prepare some shrimp skewers. Now these are a really good thing to add with like a meal. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to make up the skewers. I'm going to put them in a vacuum seal bag with a marinade. And the marinade I plan on using this time is a teriyaki marinade. And it'll make a really nice flavor into the shrimp. Now I used a vacuum saver. I've talked about this before in other episodes. It sucks the marinade right up into the meat when you use that vacuum sealer. So I really like it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to prepare them today. I'm going to vacuum seal them, and then we're going to cook them tomorrow. And I will show you the finished product when that's all done. But for now, that's what I'm going to show you. And when I am going to cook them, I'm going to cook them on the grill. So they'll be on the grill, and we'll have shrimp skewers on the grill for that. So with that, let's get going. And I'm going to turn my camera down so you can kind of get a see from my cutting board what I've got going on here. And let's go down just a little bit up so you can see. Okay, so I've got shrimp skewers out. And I've got some raw shrimp that I bought uncooked. And so we're going to open up the bag and we're going to start peeling some of the shrimp and getting them ready. Now I use a big colander that I'm going to be placing in the sink. This is going to drain out the water that's in the shrimp at the moment. So with that, we're going to get that done, drain those out. And then we're going to take these shrimp and bring them out here. And you can see it's really easy. They got the shell on them, just a little bit of work, but the shell comes off really easily. Now, I like to leave the tails on. It just looks better for presentation, and it makes it easier for people when they go to eat them to hold on to the tail to peel them off. So that's my reasoning behind it, and that's why I'm doing that. So we're going to start preparing these and getting these all set. So this will just take a couple minutes. You'll see they've already been deveined, so I don't have to worry about deveining them. I do have a deveiner to do that if I need to, but I've been able to buy them this way quite often now, and so this is the way I generally purchase them instead of being whole with the legs and everything else on them, and then not deveined also. So this will just take a couple moments, and then we'll start doing it. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. We should get a couple more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to try to get about 8 shrimp per skewer. And we're going to set up 4 skewers of them. And then, like I said, we'll add the marinade in there. So, anybody have any questions, comments, bring them up. And again, like I say, when you have something you want me to make, feel free to ask me. Send me an email or make a comment and request it. I'm happy to try to make up other meals that you may enjoy that are not necessarily paleo, but you'd like them to be paleo. So we got 2, 4, 6, 8. So real easy. We take the shrimp, we slide it up on the skewer, like so. And then we take the next one. And I try to always orient them the same way, just so they look prettier. And the nice thing about doing it this way, I didn't pre-soak my skewers, which you're going to see that generally I try to pre-soak skewers when I'm going to do shish kebabs, because that way it keeps them from burning on the grill. But by doing it this way, when I put it in with the marinade and I seal it in the vacuum bag, the skewers will all be nice, really soaked with a lot of moisture, and so they won't burn readily on the grill. So when we come back, I'll have these all set and we'll go from there. Okay, we're back, folks, and I've got the skewers all set up here. So the next step of the process is I'm going to take a vacuum sealer bag, and like I say, I've already pre-made the bag, and I showed you that in an earlier segment how to do that. And I'm going to take each one of these skewers and place them in gently, and I'm going to lay them flat. So they're laying flat in the bag. So we can see how that bag is all laid nice and flat like so. I'm going to wipe my cutting board off a little bit so it's not so damp. And then I'm going to take my teriyaki marinade. And I'm only going to use half. Half goes a long ways. So we're going to use half the container. So we'll have the container left to use for something else. And with that, I'm going to place these with the vacuum sealer. And let me move my camera so you can see the vacuum sealer in action. Now this is going to get a bit noisy like you've heard before, but place it in the vacuum sealer. Okay, and they're all vacuum sealed now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these in the refrigerator, and when we come back, I'm going to take them out and we're going to cook them on the grill, but that'll be in another day or so because we're going to let them marinate for about a day to 2 days. See you soon. Hi everyone, here's another episode of Eat Local Paleo, and I thought I'd show you some of my garden. We're getting towards the end of the season. I'm pulling a lot of the stuff out of the boxes, but I'm going to give you a quick little peek around here so you can kind of see what's going on. So with that, I'm going to turn the camera, I guess I can't. So we're gonna have to walk around just like this. So you can see that's my herb garden, or portions of it, what's left of it. I'm gonna be pulling that out and changing that out. It won't be there any longer. This is where the broccoli was, cucumber, green beans, but here I've got sweet potatoes going. They're still doing really well. I haven't started harvesting them yet. I'm letting them grow as long as possible. Our season here in Michigan is a little bit shorter than most of the places where these naturally grow. So I let them grow as long as I can, right up to the frost. When I get a frost, that's when I come out and harvest them. Same thing with the Brussels sprouts. I want at least one frost, and I usually like 2 before I harvest them. Again, because our season is not quite as long as a lot of places are, so it takes a little bit longer for them to mature well. But you can see there that they're doing really quite well. In the middle here where it's empty, there was eggplants, but I've already pulled those plants. Those are done for the year. And here I've got fennel going. I'm trying to let that grow as long as possible. Again, our season's not as long as where it grows naturally, so it's not doing quite as well as I'd like it to do. But I really like it for a lot of dishes I cook, especially chicken dishes. And this was asparagus. It's going to be changed over. We're going to be doing something different. The green beans have all been pulled, of course, but peppers are still producing. I'm going to show you the haul I've got here so far, but these are all sweet bell peppers. And you can see down there towards the bottom, possibly the little red ones starting to poke out, ripening up. And then these are all the hot pepper beds, and they're still producing pretty well too. I'm still getting a lot of peppers off of them. I just pulled up a bunch of them. I've got squash in here, spaghetti squash, and then zucchini and yellow squash over here. This box was all my garlic and shallots this year, and onions. Of course, that's all done, and I'm going to be changing it out to something else. I just haven't decided. I'm going to add some more dirt to it. And then this was where the tomatoes were. So the tomatoes were all in here. Again, those all been pulled. We got those yanked out today. But I'm going to walk up here so you can see what I had on the table. And this is what came out today. So kind of give you a little idea of what we got going here. So with that, I want to sign off and thank you for following my channel. Oh, and this is kind of the rest of the backyard. You can see what I've got back here a little bit. House, and then that's the pool house in the back of the pool. And then the garden's all on this one side of the yard where I've got it all set up, all in boxes. So I do raised bed gardening. I do what's called intensive gardening, so I grow a lot of food in a very small space. Not quite fully self-sustaining when it comes to the veggies because, again, it's seasonal. But I do preserve quite a bit of it as best as I can for certain things, and so I use them up throughout the season. Thank you for listening, and keep tuning in. Eat Local Paleo. It won't be long, and we'll start taking some trips around the place, and we'll do some cooking shows around on location also. So take care, and watch me on Instagram, Eat Local Paleo. And also, forgot to tell you, don't forget to go to our website, eatlocalpaleo.com. It's still in the construction phase at the moment, but we're getting closer and closer to having things done on there. We're going to have t-shirts available, mugs that you can buy. Eventually, there'll be DVD sets, cookbooks with PDF files for downloadable. So we're going to have quite a bit of stuff going on. It's an exciting time. This is going to be lots of fun. So stick with me during my journey, and we'll see you from then. Oh, hi there. Let me just finish washing up my hands here real quick. And welcome back to our show, folks. We're going to be continuing on with making our shrimp up on the grill. So I've made the shrimp skewers in the previous portion of the episode. And the skewers are all been inside this bag, and I've had them in here marinating. They've been marinating for a day. So today we're going to, in the refrigerator, in a vacuum sealed bag. And so now today we're going to take them out to the grill, and we're going to grill them up. Before we do that, I'm going to show you a couple things I'm going to prep for and do so when we go out there to finish up our meal. So with that, I'm going to turn the camera down towards our board again so you can kind of get a feel for what I'm doing. And the first thing I'm going to do is we're going to be making some lemons for a lemon bed. So with these lemons, we're going to slice off the ends, and these are going to get tossed into the garbage can. But we're going to slice these lemons, and we're going to use these as a bed for each of our sets of skewers for our shrimp. So we're going to lay these on the grill, and then from there, we're going to lay them out like so. And then the skewer will sit on top of that, and we'll grill on top of that. So that's how we're planning on doing these. So we're just going to finish cutting these up, and I got 4 lemons set out. And that's because I've got 4 skewers that I'm going to be doing. And it takes about 1 lemon per skewer. And probably some people out there are going to be talking about my bad knife skills. I don't think I got terrible ones, but I'm not like a professional chef. Maybe someday I'll pick up a little bit more and I'll get better at it. And I did sharpen this knife, but these lemon skins are a bit sharper. Or a bit thicker than I'm used to cutting with this particular knife. So anyway, we get these all cut up and ready to go. So we're going to set these off to the side. I'm going to rinse my knife off. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to have some roasted veggies with our meal. Now, the jalapeno peppers are going to go in just whole. So my plan is that we're going to take our bowl, and these are going to go in here. Once I cut up the other peppers and I cut up the zucchini, they're all going to go inside here. I'm going to add some olive oil. We're going to mix them all up, and then we're going to put them on the grill and grill these things. So these are going to go really quite nicely. And we got our lemon inside of our other bowl. So we've got a bowl of lemons all sliced up, ready to go. And so the next thing is going to be our veggies. We're going to slice these up. And we're going to make them into not necessarily bite sizes, but manageable sizes. And I just give them a nice rough chop. And then these larger pieces, the general will just cut them in half. And again, it just makes it more manageable for cooking purposes. and also for on your plate when you go to plate it. Okay, so we're going to put the zucchini in our bowl. So now we got the zucchini in here. Next up is going to be our peppers. And I'm just using a few of them. And again, just a nice rough chop. Well, fairly decent sized pieces. Oh, there's a bad spot. You see that? These came out of my garden. I do not use any type of pesticides at all. So I grow a completely organic garden. And I'm very picky about that because I'm concerned about pesticides and how they may interact with us later on in life, especially after going through cancer and coming out the other end on the other side. It made me way more health conscious about myself. And I will admit, I'm one of the first people to admit that I may not have had the best eating habits in my younger days. I had a lot of bad habits in my younger days, it seems like. But now I'm trying to do better by that. And so here we go. Here's what we're doing. So I've got 3 different colored peppers from the garden. These are just beautiful. Oh, there's one got a little blemish on the side of it. We're going to cut that off and get rid of that. And off camera, all I'm doing is chucking out the seeds. And right now they're in the sink, but then I'm going to be putting them in the garbage here shortly. So, scoop the board off. And I'm going to rinse my knife and put my knife away. So now we have the bowl with all the different veggies inside here. And I'm going to take some olive oil. Extra virgin olive oil is what I like to use. And we got a liberal amount of that in there. And just take your hands. Your hands work really well for mixing this kind of stuff up. So just mix it up with your hands. Get it all nice and mixed up. And next you're going to see us out on the grill where we're going to put this into play. So we're going to have the shrimp going on there. We're going to have the veggies going on there. We're going to have a nice meal. It'll be a nice colorful meal, a lot of flavor. It's going to be good. So stick around, folks. Okay, hi everybody. I'm back again. And I'm going to change this camera. I still haven't quite gotten this all completely. But you can see here on the side, I've got my veggies out here. We're by the grill. And turn so you can see my grill combination smoker that I'm going to be using. And we're going to go ahead and start cooking this stuff. So, bear in mind, we're going to get this on. So the first thing I'm going to do is open my grill, and I've got the temperature going pretty nicely on this. And I also have some cabinets out here in the back for when I do grilling, which is quite often. I grill year round. But this is one of the devices I use quite a bit. This is a handy dandy little thing. I use it all the time. Vegetables cook on it just beautiful. Just beautiful. Always use some oil. I prefer extra virgin olive oil or regular olive oil. Sometimes I'll use some other oils, but most of the time those are the ones that I usually use when I'm doing grilling. So with that in mind, we're going to pull our veggies inside of our grill. And oops, we had a stray there. Now the jalapenos can just go off to the side, like so. So I've got the jalapenos off to the side by themselves, and now I've got the veggies on there. So now the next step is going to be to do our skewers of shrimp. And out in my cabinets, I have like an outdoor kitchen set up out here. And then a later video, probably won't be till springtime now because I put a lot of the stuff away. But I have like an outdoor refrigerator, cabinetry, stock for magnet place for all my knives, paper towel, wash station, the whole works set up out here. So it's really quite nice during the summer. It's winter time here. It's Michigan. We're going to get lots of snow. The rain's already starting to come in now this time of the year, so I've got most of the backyard completely picked up now, and so we won't be seeing a lot of that anymore this time this year. But by next year we will. So with that, we're going to have our shrimp And again, like I say, I had pre-made these before, and we did this yesterday. It was in our segment yesterday when we were putting these into the packages and using the Food Saver vacuum sealer. I really love the thing. Works perfect. Works really good for me. And we have our lemons. We're going to turn this down just a little bit more again. So you're really not going to be seeing as much of me, but you try to see more of what's going on here with the action with the food. So, off to the side so you can kind of get a little bit of what I'm doing here. So we're going to set our stuff there, and then we're going to start setting up our skewers for our shrimp. And once I get these on the grill, I will come back and I will show you what that looks like. So, I'm going to show you what we've got going here on the grill. We've got the veggies are going really quite nicely, and over here on the side we've got the jalapenos going, and we've got the shrimp on a bed of the lemons. If you could smell it out here, it just smells so citrusy and just wonderful right now. So we're going to close that back up. We're going to let those continue to cook. It's going to take probably about a good 15 minutes roughly for everything to be cooked up nice. Might be just a little bit longer on the veggies because I did large chop some of those. So anyway, we'll be back shortly. You'll see me back in the kitchen when you come back. Okay, I'm back. I'm going to show you what we got going here. I am excited. This is looking just delicious. Smells just wonderful. I mean, it is just wonderful smelling right now. I wish that you could, back there at home, you could sit there and smell what I'm smelling right now, because it's like, wow, just wow. So anyway, here, let me point out the camera where we are going here. So, we've got the grill. Our skewers are done. Our veggies are done. I'm going to transfer them to the bowl and to the platter. We're going to take them inside, and then we're going to assemble everything for the meal. And I will see you then. Hi everyone, I'm back again. We're inside the house again now. I'm in the kitchen. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make up a Asian fusion type sauce for these shrimp. We're going to put the skewers, we're going to plate everything, and then we're going to put the sauce on there, and then we're going to give you a view of what it all looks like when it's all done. So with that in mind, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take 2 of my skewers, and I'm going to turn this down so you can see what I'm doing as I'm doing it. But I'm turning 2 of our skewers onto a plate. So we've got that set up like so. So we're going to make this all nice and pretty looking, because presentation is part of the whole deal. But before we do that, I'm going to make us up a little sauce. So the first thing I'm going to add to our sauce is a chili oil. So this is a chili oil. I'm going to put in about half a tablespoon. So we got about half a tablespoon of that in there. Then we're going to use some fish sauce. So I've got fish sauce here. We're going to add fish sauce to this. And with the fish sauce, we're going to add about a 1/4 teaspoon of fish sauce. And then we've got soy sauce. So I'm going to add regular soy sauce. You can use a low sodium if you want. And with that, I'm going to use about 1 tablespoon. Now, I'm just going to whisk this up. Get this all nice and going. And we're going to add one last thing, and I'm going to add a little bit of rice wine vinegar. So we're got rice wine vinegar, and glug, 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 and there's a tablespoon. So we're going to put a tablespoon of that in there also. Now this sauce is going to go over the veggies too. So I'm going to set this off to the side, reserve it. Set that off to the side. And now we're going to grab our barbecued veggies. So we've got them, we've had them on the grill. I had taken the lemons and put them along with it inside with the veggies. And it just adds a little bit more flavor into the veggies, letting them kind of sit in there as I had everything else finishing up. So they're just going to impart a little bit of citrus flavor in there. I just took them all out. I'm going to take some extra virgin olive oil, spray some of that in there, and we're going to mix these up. So you want them nice and coated. Then we're going to take some kosher salt and just a little thing of kosher salt. So now we got kosher salt in there. We've got our veggies inside here, and then we also have our jalapenos. So jalapeno here. Let's get some of these good veggies out on here. Oh, they have such a nice look to them. Great looking veggies. Just have such good smell to them. Whoa. This, if you could just smell how this smells to me. It just smells so, so wonderful. So we've got some veggies on there. Put that apart just a little bit. Then we're going to take our sauce, which we've made, and so we're going to put a little bit on this. So we're just going to like put a little stream right across it. And then we're going to do a little stream across this. And just a little stream across that. And we're going to call it good. So there we go. We've got an Asian fusion marinade that we used for the shrimp. We grilled them on the grill. We took zucchini, we took sweet bell peppers, and we took jalapeno peppers. We grilled those also. Then we made ourselves a fusion sauce to go over top of them to finish it up. And then I'm just going to take just a little bit of salt, just a little bit, because the soy sauce already has some in there, so it doesn't need a lot. Just a little teeny bit on there, and then we're done. So, tune in for more. Remember that my website is almost up and running completely. It's still in work in progress, but eventually we're going to have cookbooks in PDF form that you can download there. They'll be available for purchase. We're going to have t-shirts. We're going to have mugs. We're going to have all sorts of fun stuff going on. Cookbooks, the videos. We're going to make DVD videos. And also, keep in mind that there'll be bloopers too, because I do edit out some of the things I do. I'm not very good at the editing yet, but I'm getting better. So, with that, stay tuned, and we'll see you soon.